sitting at home, dream of a new destination, lust for something unknown. Oh, you better leave it alone. You know, I'd rather get up and go. How long can I lie around waiting for it? Sometimes you gotta walk out the door. No limits, no ceiling, no crown, no pressure gonna hold me down. No stopping till I break every rule. No limits to what I can do. No where is too far away. No water gonna stand in my way. No wall that I can't break through. No limits to what I can do. Yeah, drive on the wrong side. Just live while I can. Stay here in the moment, 'cause I'm free to be my own man. No limits, no ceiling, no crown, no pressure gonna hold me down. No stopping till I break every rule. No limits to what I can do. No where is too far away. No water gonna stand in my way. No wall that I can't break through. No limits to what I can do. No pressure gonna hold me down. No stopping till I break every rule. No limits to what I can do. No where is too far away. No water gonna stand in my way. No wall that I can't break through. No limits to what I can do. No worries over nickels and dimes or a 9 to 5 grind. I gotta get loose sometimes. In trouble, seeing all the signs, but it gets me high. So I take a ride. So get on up if you don't know how. Make it up, let's play it loud and turn it up. You gotta go, shake it up. Time to get down, get on up if you don't know how. Make it up, so play it loud and turn it up. You gotta go, shake it up. Shake it up, shake it up. Shake it up, shake it up. Oh, you gotta go, shake it up. Just bring it on the heat, here to get you on your feet. So let's take it to the streets, yeah. I gotta give it, lay it on the line. You only get one life, one chance to do it right. So get on up if you don't know how. Make it up, let's play it loud and turn it up. You gotta go, shake it up. Time to get down, get on up if you don't know how. Make it up, so play it loud shake it up. Baby, gonna drop it. Yeah. Oh, we ain't ever gonna stop it. No, no. Don't need a dollar in your pocket. Oh, just go. Yeah, you got the baby, gonna drop it. Yeah. We ain't ever gonna stop it. No, no. Don't need a dollar in your pocket. Oh, you gotta go. Shake it up. Time to get down, get on up. If you don't know how, make it up. Just play it loud and turn it up. You gotta go, shake it up. Time to get down, get on up. If you don't know how, then make it up. So play it loud and turn it up. You gotta go, shake it up. Shake it up, shake it up. Shake it up, shake it up. Oh, you gotta go, shake it up. Ashes and dust, never gonna return. Head to the sun, we're invincible. Hearts like stone, fire in our bones. If we were born kings, feeling this way. If we were born kings, in the top of the grave. It's only God can trust this feeling in me. If we were born kings, feeling this way. Seeing flames, there's a fight to survive. Brothers in arms, heading straight for the light. Hard like stone, fire in our bones. Hearts like stone, fire in our bones. If we were born kings, feeling this way. If we were born kings, in the top of the grave. It's only God can trust this feeling in me. If we were born kings, feeling this way about it. Feeling this way, yeah, we were born, feeling this way. We were born kings, feeling this way, feeling this way, feeling this way. Blood is hot, but your heart is cold. Got nothing but the best intentions that don't make it go. And I give you everything I have, my money, my happiness. Don't need that much from you, just more than this. So I'll tell you here on out, we're singing a brand new song. And baby, oh, you better listen to it. Love in the minor key, that's all you ever get from me. Love in the Now listen, you can do what you want to. You can play this game. You can change every single rule. It's gonna end the same. Oh, honey, you can lay it down. Or you can just walk away. Not getting on my knees to beg you, just to make you stay. We lit a match and the flame went out before we set the night on fire. Oh, sugar, oh, sweetie, oh, you better believe me. Love in a minor key, that's all you ever get from me. Love in a minor key, that's all you ever get from me. Love in a minor key, that's all you ever get from me. Love in a minor key. Oh, yeah. Baby, baby, you've been singing low. It's almost like you need it. Oh, a sad song. My words can never tell you what I'm trying to say. But music tells our story. I think you want it that way. That's all you ever get from me. Love in a minor key. That's all you ever get from me. Love in a minor key. That's all you ever get from me. Love in a minor key. You and me so unstoppable, kings of the impossible. Ah, oh, oh, ah, oh, oh. You and me so unbeatable, make it look unbelievable. Ah, oh, oh, ah, oh, oh. We can't quit now, we're so close. Wherever you go, I'll go. And I can't do this on my own. So brother, are you with me? Brother, are you with me? Brother, are you with me? Oh, let's go. You and me don't know how to lose. We the 18, we got nothing to prove. Ah, oh, 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 ah, oh, oh, oh. You and me should be allowed to roll. Together we way too powerful. Ah, oh, oh, ah, oh, oh. We can't quit now, we're so close. Wherever you go, I'll go. And I can't do this on my own. So brother, are you with me? Brother, are you with me? Brother, are you with me?
Should probably turn that down. I think I'm kind of blowing y'all's ears out. Actually, I forgot to turn that down in there, so I got it in the background. What's up, guys? So we got like 6 people in here. How y'all doing? The latency, is that a word? Latency on OBS to the actual streaming thing is ridiculous. I was watching the timer count down and getting confused. It was so different. I'm here, Zach. I'm here. What's up? Hello. How are you guys doing? Yeah. Let me know if you guys can hear me good, see me good, all that stuff. I set the mic earlier and was testing everything, but you never know. What's up, Chris? What's up, my friend? I never know if the sound is fantastic or not. My wife is texting me right now. Awesome. So yeah, anywho, I was putting some atmosphere up in this room and kind of got a little overzealous and got hazy as all get out. Anywho, so first off, I want to just like jump right into it and say thank you. All right, I'm good. Audio's good. Thank you. Thank you. I just want to say first off, holy crap. Thank you guys so much for 3,000 subscribers. I don't even know what we're at anymore. All I know is we broke 3,000 and that is awesome. I cannot thank you guys enough. It is amazing for every one of you guys that have shared, liked, commented on a video, gave me video ideas. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you. I appreciate it. You guys are awesome. Yo, what's up, Jared? I appreciate you guys. I cannot thank you enough. It's mind blowing. Even having videos go over super well, or people messaging me saying that they learned something, or that they, got a lot of benefit from a video, or it sparked an idea on one of their videos. It's very nice to hear. And it's not that I'm doing it for the gratitude. It's just really good to hear that I'm helping others out, But yeah, I'm excited. 2020, I'm pumped on it. It's weird. The year's not over yet, but I'm already excited for what next year's got lined up, for the things that I'm already setting up now. I do have some really big things that are going to be going down in between the holidays. So there's that. Like I got a massive thing that's supposed to be going down in December. So keep an eye for that. I may or may not push the video release till January, just because I think it'll probably do better. Everyone will be with their families in December, and it'll be mid to early December that I'll be shooting this and doing all that stuff. So I'll probably wait till January, a couple weeks, something like that. That way I can spend time with my family, enjoy the holidays, and then hop back into it. But super pumped on it. 2020 is crazy to think that it's already here, almost. I feel like we just started 2019. And the weird thing is, I don't know if any of you guys do this. Do any of you guys watch some of your older videos? Not like religiously or anything like that, but like, do you go back and do you watch some of your older stuff to be like, holy crap, I was here a year ago, or something like that? What's up, Mr. Bites? How you doing? It's one of those things that I do a lot. Sometimes I'll only when it's been about a year, I think, is when it kind of peaks. Like I think it was probably closer to Thanksgiving. I can't remember for the life of me, but I think it was around Thanksgiving that I went to Massachusetts and hung out with Bert for a week, and then collabed with Cody and met him in person. Did stuff with Jason Now What. That was a blast. And it's crazy to look at growth, not only in like numbers or anything like that, but as in like how far you've grown as a creator, and maybe your style, if it's evolved and stuff like that. Only for the year-end recap. Yeah. Oh, dude. I like... So last year, speaking of in-year recap, because it's coming up, last year I waited till like a week before, and I was like, I should probably do a year-end recap. And my organization was terrible throughout 2018. So trying to find this stuff within like less than a week and then edit it and find a story in it was really challenging. But it was hilarious. I think it turned out good. What's up, Paul? Oh, dude, 100%. Really enjoy seeing how much progress I've made. Yeah, dude, Jared, it is. It's always fun to look back, and it's not like it's like, oh yeah, you know, like pat yourself on the back or nothing. It's just it's neat to see how far we've grown, really in style and just like what we've adapted. Because like I remember when I first started making videos, it was I could almost see that I had watched too much Peter McKinnon. Probably like most people, because he was so big. He was an inspiration. He was just, you know, someone I looked up to. He's a tall, skinny dude with tattoos, which ironically that's me. So I don't know. I really liked his style. I like what he did, and I think I still look up to him. I think it's amazing the things that he's doing. I love the short docs he's bringing out, the products he's bringing out, even if I can't afford to buy some of them. I absolutely love that he is pushing the boundaries and doing things that other creators haven't done. It's cool for us as creators because we're in a time that we're seeing things grow that we can possibly do that. Just check and see if I'm still in focus. Yeah, I'm good. I can probably scoot up just a skosh, huh? Yeah, that looks a little better. But yeah, it's fun looking back, and with year end coming up, which kind of makes me want to gag saying that. I need to start planning now what I'm gonna do. But the hardest part is I have some serious big stuff lined up before the year is over. So it's like I kind of want to start working on it, but I know once I get that footage of the big stuff working, I can't. Well, I guess if I'm dropping videos that I'm filming in December, in January, then I have to hold off. I don't really know how that works. I don't know how that works. Someone let me know how that works, because I don't know. What would you do if you're filming a video in December and you're not going to drop it till January? I mean, obviously you can't put it in your year-end recap. I mean, unless you were all over social about it, like if it was a huge surprise, then maybe you're not going to put it in it. But if it's, something that you're just hinting at, then maybe I guess you could put it in there. I don't know. Yeah, it's kind of one of those things. But anywho, yeah, if y'all got any questions, hit me up, interrupt me at any time. I'm just kind of rambling and going on. Figured we'd do a hangout. Haven't done one for a while. The Hanes cam bag. I don't know what that is. What is that? The Hanes cam bag. What is that? I don't know what that is. November will be 1 year since I posted my first video, so I'll probably do a year in recap rather than the end of the year recap. Yeah, it is. That's probably a good idea. I had some videos on YouTube before 2018, like a few, and I really didn't. I don't know. I really didn't like start getting into it probably till January 1st is I think when I filmed one or something like that, and I kind of put it up. And actually I kind of took a break, and it sorry, I was looking at something. I got distracted. Peter McKinnon's camera bag. Sorry. Yes, gotcha. Yes. The camera bag, 100%. I think it's amazing. I would totally buy it. I almost bought it, and I didn't because I don't really need another camera bag. Like I just updated. I'm gonna go off on a rant right here, and I'm gonna completely forget what I was talking about. Year in, help me remember that. I just updated to like a Pelican case because I'm rocking like the Blackmagic Pocket 4K. And I need to rig it out the way that I need for commercials and stuff like that. So it made more sense to have a hard case, especially because some of the stuff I have coming up, I'm going to have to be flying. And there's just something about putting like $8,000 worth of equipment in a backpack that I just don't like. Even if I'm doing a carry-on, I just prefer it to be in a hard case. I feel a little safer about it. It's just the way I feel. Chris says, keep it for the ever end of the recap as soon as it coming soon. That's a really good idea. Keep it at the end as something that's coming up, kind of hinting at it. I like that idea. That's a good idea. What's your setup for live? Just wondering. Looks and sounds great. Thanks, Paul. I am actually going to be doing a full breakdown video. I said this on the last stream or the stream before. I can't remember. And I feel terrible that I didn't do it. I'm going to be doing a full breakdown, but the quick version is I'm rocking the Blackmagic Pocket 4K, and then I'm hooking it up to the Blackmagic Mini Recorder, and then running it to my computer. It's definitely overkill for what you need. I did get the Mini Recorder when I still have my GH5, because I have a Logitech, like right here out of frame. I think it's like 1080p 60 frames or something like that. It's a nice, I say a lot, man. It's a nice not wireless. That's what happens when I try not to say It's a nice little live stream camera. It works great. The problem is it has, you can't set anything. It's all auto. Everything is on it. So if I like kill this light, or, if I change the background, go blue. If I change the background to blue or something, the camera's not trying to fix for it, So it is overkill. I would say, however, as long as you have a really nice, not even a really nice camera, if you have a good camera that can give you a clean HDMI output, because that's kind of key unless you want your, all your information on the screen, you can just pick up the Blackmagic Mini Recorder. I think it's like $130. It works really, really well. And then, of course, I'm using the Rode, what is this bad boy, NT USB, something like that. It works phenomenal. But I do a lot of voiceover stuff for some client works and things like that. I actually got this mic too because I was supposed to be starting a podcast with my wife, and I'm slowly getting there, just haven't quite gotten there yet. So a lot of things on my plate. But I think that's just the way we are as creators. We're always pushing the boundaries and trying to find new things. So anyways, back to, I knew I was going to go off on a rabbit trail. I was talking to Jared about year-end stuff. And yeah, I started January of 2018 trying to, really make a go out of it. I think I was consistent, but I wasn't really, I didn't know much. I wasn't really trying anything. I was honestly trying to just to find my style. And I really want to say till mid-year did I start to see me go, okay, this is what I want to do, and I'm going to really give this a go. And that's really when I started to see any kind of traction, which I don't think was a bad thing, because that first 6 months, which, I mean, even if you're giving it a really good go, that first 6 months to a year, which I know a lot of creators hate to hear because a year is a long time, you're really just finding that, style, your thing, your feel. And it's okay that everyone's going to come across mimicking someone at the beginning, because you're going to be absorbing things from creators that you like, and you may come across just like that person. That's why I always say, watch as many videos, as many tutorials, as many, things that you can watch, and it'll kind of help drown out the mimicking someone or coming across that way, and you'll kind of find your own style through there. You'll almost be at like a buffet of creators, and you're kind of picking and choosing things that you like, and Yeah, that's how it was kind of for me. But I think I still always just do end of the year and then start again at the beginning of the year because it's easier for me to remember. But But anyways, speaking of Blackmagic Pocket Cinema cameras, I don't know if any of you guys at all have this camera, are thinking about buying this camera, know someone that has it. Does my wife support me 100%? Yes, she does 100%. It is funny now that Amber is doing her channel, having a brain fart. I like that she's doing her channel because my wife, they're really connecting. Not even so much that it's like I'm doing this full time or anything like that, but it's just the conversations we've had since that, since Amber started doing that is, I'm finding out things that I didn't know, like what she was really thinking, when I first started doing this and stuff like that. And it was just, it's good. She's always supported me, and I've always done videography, creative stuff. I don't know if I've even said it on a video, but I was actually a professional tattoo artist for like 6 years. So I was always gone. I'd work a full-time job, and then I would, evenings or, midday to evenings, and I'd be gone. 5 to 7 days a week. And I would just be always pumping stuff out. And then I would be supplementing videos in there in the same time because I just don't like to sleep, apparently. But yes, she does. To answer your question, yes, she does. Thank you so much for asking that question because I just never would have got about it. Yeah. It's interesting. I find the less I watch, the more creative I feel. I'm not compared or intimidated as much. Paul, I agree. Now looking, like when I first started, if I needed to get inspiration for something, I would watch a couple videos and be like, oh, I've got an idea. Not so much that I was stealing from them, but maybe it sparked an idea off their idea. But now I've kind of noticed I go through phases where I will watch all the people that I like, and support and stuff, and then I'll just not watch anything for a chunk of time. And I don't know if any of you guys know or follow me on Twitter or whatever, but it's kind of the same thing on Twitter and Instagram. I'll go through like purge phases almost where I don't do anything, and then it seems like I'm on everyone's stuff for like a day or so, and then I'll take a break. And it's like I did have like the first thing I started doing with that was Facebook. I turned off all notifications on Facebook. So I have to log into the app on my phone to see it. And the only reason, honestly, that I'm probably still on Facebook is for like No Small Creator Group, which again, it's the same thing. I'm very rarely commenting on that. Maybe every once in a while, I'll be scrolling and I'll like someone's, or I'm like, oh, that's a good idea, awesome. But I'll forget to comment or like, and I feel terrible when that happens. I do that with videos too sometimes, and I feel terrible. And I don't want to like re-click back on the video and then make their watch time crash because I'm just doing two things, and then peacing out. So, yes, I know what you mean. Yeah, exactly. It's just kind of one of those, it kind of comes and goes, man. And it's like, I've noticed specifically, like I've never really gotten to like a burned out stage, but I've definitely noticed if I binge too much YouTube when I'm not, let's say, caught up on videos, it'll cause a problem. Like if I'm not caught up on videos and I just sit down and start get caught up in the way YouTube is, I will lose motivation because it's like I don't have an idea. And I'm seeing all these ideas and I'm like, crap, why didn't I do that? Why didn't I think of that? So I've kind of noticed the best time for me to really give back to, the other creators I like and support and everyone I watch is kind of when I'm at that place to where it's not going to cause a problem with me. And that may just be me. That may just be like a thing that I need to work on. Not really sure. I don't even know if it's really like that imposter syndrome or whatever they call. I'm not really sure. I think it kind of hits everyone as creators, though, is that they just every once in a while are going to look at someone and they're going to be like, dang, I should have done that, you know? And especially, I mean, after being on YouTube for 2018, 2019, realistically, let's say a month, maybe, or month, let's say a year, maybe year and a half that I've been on it, but fully going at it probably about a year. I've kind of noticed, and you hear it from everyone, you're going to grow differently than the person right next to you. There is no rhyme or reason why. You're just gonna grow different. And that's still taking me time sometimes where I'm like, what the heck, man? And I'll be happy for people, but you're always going to be looking at yourself going, why am I not growing this way, or why am I not doing this? And it really is just, it's a trap you can get caught up in so bad. So it's kind of just better to, who cares, let it be, and go. And I've tried really hard. All right, so let me give you a little story time. Anytime I need a good kick, I watch Gary Vee. Yeah, Gary Vee's awesome. The story time, when I'm actually not 100% sure. Like I know we've got a different variety of where sub counts are and stuff in the comments, and people that are on here, is when I hit, or before I hit 1,000 subscribers, I said I'm not gonna watch subscribers once I hit that. Like, I watched it religiously. I'm talking checking it like 3-4 times a day. And I know it would email me. I think you can shut that off. So I'm not really sure. I think it depends on the person. You can either turn on notification or not. Regardless, it doesn't really matter. Anywho, I would check it like 3-4 times a day. And I said, once I get to 1,000 subscribers, I would stop checking it, and that did not happen. It's like once I got to a certain point, it got worse. Like, I wanted to check it more. And it's funny because, and again, it may not be for everyone, probably the first half of the year, of this year, I really kind of just, at least in numbers, I kind of just hit like this valley and just kind of stayed in this spot, right? And I was like, I had no clue why I was doing it. I was obsessing over it. And then about halfway through the year, I was like, you know what? Screw this. I'm just going to focus on what I would like to learn if I was a viewer, if I was a new viewer looking for something. And I just focused on the content and went to town. Not like I wasn't doing that before, but I truly forgot about the numbers for a while. And that's when I don't even know. I think I logged it somewhere just to look back and go to myself, this is what happens when you focus on what you need to focus on instead of the numbers. And I want to say, it was like 2,000 subscribers or something like that in the last couple months or something like that, which is awesome. And again, that may not be because of that reason, but in my brain, focusing on just putting the content out and what works for me really helped me not get so obsessive over other people. That's just my like little advice and rant for anyone that may need that. Not really sure. But I definitely needed it and heard it a bunch from people and never wanted to listen. So maybe it'll help someone out. Maybe. I asked Jay his opinion on this. TikTok, too early to get in, fad, or get in for long term that it might become. All right, so man, I got a hard time with TikTok. TikTok is, first off, I feel old as crap being on TikTok, and I'm like early to mid 30s here, right? And I feel old being on TikTok. I know that Metal loves breakfast. I know he's killing it. I know, dude. And I hear a lot of people saying that they are trying, they're using it as a platform to get one to the other. I personally, and again, I'm not a huge YouTuber, so, and I'm not one of those people that's like, it's not like I have 300,000 subscribers and I'm like, listen to what I'm saying 100% because I know it works, because I don't. I personally don't think you're really going to get a whole lot of audience from one to the other. Like, as an example, to pull people from TikTok to YouTube. I don't think so. I think people are on TikTok because they want to be on TikTok, and if they want to be on YouTube, they would be on YouTube. I'm sure they're on both, but that doesn't mean that they're going to follow you over. TikTok is, I don't know, I'm really undecided on it. I even have an account. I set it up, I'm talking months ago, like right when it came out, and I just never got around to doing it. And some of that could be, I'm not a huge fan of vertical video. Never been. I've never been a big fan of vertical video. Like, I'll do Instagram stories sometimes, and honestly, it's just like, hey, this is what I'm filming. Way more behind the scenes thing. And I know there's probably a massive market I'm missing in that. I don't know. Like, me and my business partner, Zach, that do stuff, like, he is a director. I am a DP cinematographer. That's how my brain works. So I have a really hard time wrapping my head around vertical video. I don't like it. I just don't. I don't like it. So I don't know, man. I really don't know. I don't know. I heard them on the radio today just talking about TikTok and how the U.S. is apparently looking into it because it's apparently Russia and China own it or something like that, and they think they're stealing everyone's stuff. So I don't even know how long it'll be around. Who knows? Who knows, man? But I have seen some banging stuff on it. I will say that. I don't know. I think it's just the cinematographer in me. I have a hard time with vertical video, and I really have a hard time with doing videos like even with IGTV or Instagram stories or TikTok now, is I have a really hard time making videos that are only going to be maybe a minute long tops. I just have a hard time. I have a hard time telling a story in that amount of time. Not that I can't do it. I don't like it. It just, I don't know, something about it that kind of, and I know you can probably go over a minute. It just, I don't know. Overall, my thoughts are, I'm not 100% sure, honestly. And it's like, who knows? It could blow up and be the next big thing. Really, the biggest thing for me, and why, it is a tough question. And really the biggest thing for me that I haven't dove into it is I really just don't have the time. I just don't. And I would rather just be consistent on what I'm doing, you know, like that's why I'm doing a live stream tonight instead of putting a video up today. Is I would like to do more videos on Fridays, but sometimes with my work schedule and filming videos, it is what it is, you know. Let me get to some of these questions. I see them popping up here. 100% agree. It was worse when you hit a wall, but knowing that it's just a season and later on it gets better. Yeah, 100%. I've been getting more views on TikTok than my YouTube videos creating micro content. And that is a really good example. Like, I don't want it to come across wrong, so please don't take this wrong. I think TikTok is amazing if you're trying to craft and learn something too. I think anything is that way. Anytime you can make mini content, like just small stuff, it's gonna get you better and better and better and better and better and better and better. And it's like, honestly, I would be doing more of that, but I stay busy enough with this and with like client work. So I'm constantly pushing the envelope on lighting, on, you know, doing different things with the camera, you know, all that. But I do agree 100% that is a really good example, even if it's just for your motive behind it is I'm going to make, you know, content on here just to grow as a vertical filmmaker, as a filmmaker in general, just to get better at editing, at faster turnarounds. I think that's a great idea. I don't knock anyone for ever trying to do that whatsoever. Jared said I tried to make this one video 3 times this week and haven't been able to finish it. Do you think it's important to not force it if it doesn't feel right? Like if the vibe is off. Are you talking? I'm assuming you're talking about your YouTube video. And I'm only asking that just because we went on a really long tangent on TikTok. So, just hit me up in them comments and let me know if that's what you're talking about. Yeah, 100%. There you go. That's the answer. Consistency is what you do. It really is. It really does come down to that. And I've heard it from so many people. And it's the same thing of like, when I hear every video creator say, I'm going to make this more cinematic, the word cinematic almost loses meaning just because you've heard it so many times, you know? Yes, YouTube. Okay, so let me reread your question. I tried to make this one video 3 times this week and haven't been able to finish it. Do you think it's important? Do you think it's important to not force it if it doesn't feel right? Like if the vibe is off? Honestly, yes. I would say hold off and get it just right. You're always going to be picking apart a video until the end of time. If I didn't have schedules for client work and things like that, I, spend way too much time doing it. There is a very fine line about, done is better than perfect. I know we've all heard that. There's a very fine line, man, and it's got to be up to your standards and what you think. If you are, I would give you kind of 2 options. If you're already late, get it right for the next video, whenever. If and that actually may be a good idea. And again, I know it may not 100% go with your channel or your flow, but maybe, when you finish it, maybe do a recap video. Or just throwing this out there, maybe in the video talk about, how you got through it or trying to figure something, or it's a future video, That's a really hard question to answer, man. It kind of comes down to each creator, and it's like each creator is probably going to tell you something different. It really comes down to, do you have a standard you feel you cannot break, or do you have a schedule you feel like you cannot break? And I would kind of ask yourself, can I not break a schedule, or can I not break my quality and my vibe? And whichever one you quickly think you could sacrifice first, it's kind of your answer. That's the best I can really tell you, man. Can you talk about the wrestling match you filmed? Yeah, I was a second shooter helping a friend out, shooting a wrestling match. I'm not a guy that watches wrestling. It was crazy. It was like, I don't want to say underground because it wasn't like illegal or nothing, but there was like 300, maybe 400 people there, and they were, it's honestly the first wrestling match I've ever been to, like in person. I grew up watching some wrestling, like most of us did, that, remember Hulk Hogan and, The Undertaker and all these guys, growing up. But it was fun. The only thing that kind of sucked was I was second shooter with a gimbal, which is fine. And I had to run gimbal for about 3 hours. And I haven't ran gimbal that long in a long time. And it was like each match would only be about 15-ish minutes. But it's like once it ended, you stopped record, hit record again, and you went to like the next match. The dude was coming in. So my arms and back still hurt today. Maybe I just need to work out more. I don't know, but it was fun. It was just paid extra work that I was picking up. I do that a lot sometimes if I just have a free night and can use the extra cash, especially with holidays and stuff like that coming up. It's like, hey, sure, I'll help you out. And sometimes, even if I don't need the cash and I know they have no one else, I'll try to help them out because that's a really good thing. Any city you're in with your creators and stuff like that is, I mean, obviously you get paid for your work, but helping other creators out, it's all about networking and connecting with people, you know. Totally agree with that, my dude. Yes, cool. Glad to help. Oh, I remember what I was gonna say. So I'm gonna make a whole video on it, but would you say it's real or fake? It's 100% fake. 100% fake. Actually, it's real and fake. It's like 75% fake and 25% real. Because some of the dudes, like, because I was on the gimbal and I was pushing in so close, you know, and I'm like ringside, I'm right up in it. Some of the dudes would, you know, I could hear them saying, you know, get ready for this, you know, this, whatever. It's a massive, awesome, orchestrated performance. And I think, you know, I think it's really cool. And I haven't seen any of that in person, so it's really neat to see, especially when, you know, they're like throwing people out of the ring and stuff like that. Now, the 25% I say is real is because these dudes are taking a serious beating. You know, they're like open slap hitting each other. And yes, scripted fake. Yes. Because even the scripts we had of the matches, it said this person's winning, you know, or whatever. A couple of the matches, some of them were improving, not like hurting each other, but improving, you know. And the one of them, the crazy thing was the dude bouncing off the ropes, came back, dives through the ropes, and, you know, tackles the guy on the outside. The funny thing was, because it's a smaller venue, all these chairs, I'm talking, are around this ring, you know. And I moved with my camera to see the dude, you know, jumping through his thing, and all these people that are sitting behind this guy in these chairs with, you know, all their drinks and food and everything, they scatter like cockroaches. I mean, like that. They were just like, oh crap. And, you know, and he just like tackled him into the chairs. Like, I know that stuff's got to hurt. It's scripted, you know, but it's like, that's the stuff where it's like, I want to say they're borderline stunt doubles, you know, to where it's like they've prepared for it. No, it was not easier filming, knowing it was scripted, because I've never filmed wrestling before. It's like, I you know, show me a video, which is what he did, and I just, you know, did that. But it was, I don't know a whole lot of wrestling, so I don't know what moves are coming up, you know, and stuff like that. It was definitely a learning curve. It was super fun, but definitely a learning curve. And I have massive respect for, you know, the people that put that stuff on and do that stuff. I can see why it's a multi-million-dollar, you know, organization like the WWE and all these big ones. And actually, one of the girls that was there, it was her last show there, and she had just got signed to go to be on the WWE. I think it was the WWE, one of the big ones, making like 6 figures a year. So it's just awesome, you know. Super cool. But it was fun. Learning curve, fun, super cool. However, I did wind up picking up this 90D, and it's what I filmed with. Overall, I'm not gonna lie, it's a beastly little camera. My only gripe is I'm waiting for them to put 24 frames on here. I know the update's supposed to be coming out. I also know Canon likes to drag their feet. It wasn't a problem for me because I was second shooter. I was shooting in like 30 and 60 frames to give them the capability to slow down if they needed it. So that was fine. But overall, this camera is pretty beastly. And the only reason I picked this up over like the EOS R or even the EOS RP is because all my lenses I shoot with are EF lenses, so they're crop censored lenses. So if I was going to pick up the, you know, if I was going to pick up the EOS R, I'm also gonna have to buy glass, and you're talking, anyone knows, you're talking a lot of money. Um, Overall, the good and bad thoughts so far, just playing with it. Um, I've kind of noticed any DSLR, you start getting above 1600, 3200 ISO, you're really going to start getting grainy. That's really any DSLR I've noticed. Um, I the photo in here is a lot better. Like the only other DSLR I've had in the past, since I started YouTube, because I've had like the T3i and all those stuff when I was, you know, starting out as a filmmaker. But well, that was way way years into me actually being a filmmaker. I started with like the high 8 Sony Handycams, like the mini DVs and all that. But anyways, it's neither here or there. So I went from the SL2, which, in my opinion, for a crop censored, if you do not need 4K just for 1080, that is hands down one of the best cameras I could recommend to anyone. It's like under $500, and I paired that mug with the Sigma 18-35. I know the lens is more expensive than the body was, but ideally, you should kind of be doing that anyways. You're investing more into glass. It was an amazing camera. I loved it. Absolutely great camera. I just wanted to jump into 4K for vlogging and stuff, and I wanted to up my photo game. And there's way more autofocus points and stuff on this. It works way better. It's got that little joystick on the back. I don't know if you can see that. It works really well. Overall, first impressions, I'm digging it. I did not have an 80D before. My brother had an 80D, so I played with it. It reminds me a lot of it, but it's got a lot of the nice little features in it, newer features. And I love that it's got 120 frames in it. It's 1080, of course, and there's no autofocus in the 120 frames. But I'm used to shooting on a cinema camera that doesn't have autofocus to begin with. So that wasn't really a deal breaker for me. I do think it's kind of ironic that this has 1080, 120 frames a second, and the EOS R has it only in 720. I think it's got autofocus though, but still, that's odd to me. I don't get that. But overall, dude, it is. I'm pretty happy with it so far. I need to do a video breaking it down. Talking about its pros and cons, stuff like that. I'm honestly waiting until the 24 frames come out, and I honestly got this to shoot vlogs and stuff like that, and have just a second camera that I can mix in with the pocket camera. So I'm waiting for the update, and then I'll start dropping some vlogs, extra things, behind the scenes stuff, just some other videos, stuff like that. Which actually reminds me, I want to hear, I got 10 people in here, so I want to hear your guys' thoughts. I've really been looking at, sorry, I have notes so I don't forget what I was saying. I've really been looking at like Patreon and stuff, and I don't know if that's something my viewers would even like, if that's something they would want, if it is something they wanted, or, are they, is it something you don't want, because it's like, I would love, like, I'm still planning on, which reminds me, I was going to talk about that. I'm still planning on doing more review your videos, like live streams and stuff. The problem is I'm running into, I have to pay for a subscription based, like multiple, so I don't get flagged. So I'm trying to figure out a workaround that, whether it's via people donating in the live stream once my monetization goes through. I don't know. I'm trying to figure that out. I haven't really figured that out. So my thoughts are, it's like, do I gear more towards Patreon, where I review people's videos one-on-one, more with them, or a smaller, intimate, private live stream reviewing their videos. I don't know. I'm kind of torn between those two. I don't want to have a Patreon just to be like, hey, give me money, because that's not why I want it. So I don't know. Robbie, are you full-time? Are you in film full-time? And if so, what did you do before? How long have you been filming? So I've been full-time before and not full-time. Like right now, I would say I'm part-time, full-time filmmaking. I do have a full-time job just because I got 3 kids and a house. So I got to pay them bills. You know what I'm saying? And I like the consistency salary to know everything's met. And then everything on top is just cake, and I can put it towards whatever I need it to. That doesn't mean that there aren't times that I'm having to ask off and both are conflicting. I would like to get back into full-time filmmaking. It's just different when you've got kids and you're really double checking your steps, making sure that you're, not getting in over your head, stuff like that. I did it for, I don't know, a couple years, something like that, full-time. Me and my friend Zach even worked for Universal Studios there for a while. We were just in like the production side of it, but I got to see really and be on set of Hollywood films. That was awesome, and I would not replace it or change it for the world. I do have to say, however, it is, after doing that, that is not the path I want, as in Hollywood stuff. I would still love to make full feature films and stuff. I would just prefer to go more the indie route, smaller budget route, stuff like that. Any ideas here? I have 3 fusion clips with alpha channels over a background. When I go to render, it fails. As a compound clip, I can get it to finish. However, it does fail at the end. I have 3 fusion clips with alpha channels over a background. When you render it, it fails. And you said it finishes. As a compound clip, I get it to finish. However, it does fail at the end. Man, that's hard to tell. It's, oh man, those are really hard to figure out when I don't have it in front of me, or like, I don't know if it's the graphics or the GPU. I'm assuming you're running the free version. Let me know if you are. I'm just curious. It really doesn't make or break it, but I do know you get better performance out of the studio version. It's not like it doesn't use the stuff in the free one, but you get better performance out of the studio one. That's really hard to tell, man. Yeah, dude. Let me think on that and try to figure it out. Yeah, I'll have to, Mark, if you have not already, hit me up on Twitter, Josh Haynes _KC. Hit me up with that question so I can kind of look and see if I can figure out maybe what's causing it, and see if I can experiment on my end, or even possibly put a video out helping maybe that step. Yeah, that's hard, man. All right, cool. Let me move on. One guy that is a rapper has his Patreons summit videos or songs that he reviews on a live stream for people to see. Also offered mentoring. Thank you, Robbie. Figure out what you're going to give for your Patreons, subs, and just put it out there. Your followers will sub if they like you. Start simple, presets for DaVinci Resolve or one-on-one training in DaVinci Resolve. So yeah, that's what I was thinking too, man. It's kind of one of those is like I'm so busy, but I do know any of that stuff that's helping me step back into more full-time creative stuff. It's like at some point they're going to be conflicting schedules until one breaks, and then you just have to full-fledged, jump into one. But that's a really good idea. Yeah, I need to honestly just sit down, figure out what I want to do. If I was a viewer, which is what I tried to do a lot, if I was a viewer looking at a creator, if I was looking at me as the creator, what would I want to get out of it? Where was I 10 years ago? Something like that. And maybe, that'll help a lot. I've had that happen where it would fail rendering because of Fusion Clip. Follow-up question to that on both of those, on the Fusion one, is are you in studio or free? Just because I'd like to know. And B, are you in 16 or are you in 16.1, like the beta 16.1? I'm curious. Or what version are you in? Because I'm curious if it's possibly a hiccup in 16.1, or if you are in 16.1, have you had this problem happen in 16.0 and in 16.1 or before? I'm curious because I'd like to dive into that and see, because I do know, honestly, and I haven't dove into it enough to give you a full dedicated answer. I do know there is a big difference on compound clips, fusion clips, 16.1 final. Okay. Man, I don't know. I'm still sitting at 16. I haven't updated yet because I'm in the middle of like 4 commercials. So that's never a good idea to do for anyone that maybe didn't know that. Don't ever update if you're in the middle of projects. I will have to look into that. Yeah, I will have to look into that, and I will either post something short, maybe on Twitter, or I'll do something in a video coming up. I will have to look at that. It just stopped rendering if error occurs under preferences user. I don't know, man. I will have to dive into that. I can't even click on the Fusion tab without it crashing. And I know deep down it's my computer, but it still bums me out. Yeah, man. I just turned off rendering if errors occur under preferences and users. Are you saying you've tried turning it off, or are you asking would that fix it? Because I'm also curious on that. Yeah, that sucks, Jared. I know. It's like Fusion is awesome, and you can do some very basic stuff in there, but at the same time, it's just like, I know they're different, but it's basically resolves After Effects. Like it's heavy, and on some of those, it is on some of those effects I've been doing even for tutorials. Like it was the screen, no, not screen. I'm sorry. It was the flying text in my computer, or in the video. I've got a pretty decent computer, right? But because it is a massive 3D thing going on, and I'm like, cooking along, plus I'm screen capturing stuff, I think I crashed like 3 times in that project. And luckily I was saving it and stuff, but still, I don't really feel like, at least for my computer, I don't feel like that would have happened if I wasn't screen capturing. And it just, I have a lot going on when I'm doing that stuff, so still sucks. But it is, yes, definitely a heavy load on computers. I was just saying that you can force it to render out by unchecking. Yeah, it turned off and it rendered out. I do know you can force render things, and I know you can shut it off. I will mess with all that and see. I'm glad you guys brought this up because I'm gonna actually take a photo so I don't forget. Boom, done. That way I don't forget when we're done with the stream. Had to step away. What am I missing? What I miss? Laugh out loud. Lol. Not missing nothing, man. We just chatting. Anywho, before I hop off here, because I'm not gonna go forever into tonight. If you guys have not picked it up, so if you guys have not picked it up, no, by all means, you don't have to. My vintage pack is on sale till midnight Central Time right now, and it's technically 8 o'clock for me Central Time right now. Eastern Standard Time, it's I think 9 o'clock for you guys. If you're going to pick it up and you want to get it for 40% off, tonight is the last night to do it. I'm sure at some point I'll do another sale on it. I don't know if it's going to be that good of a sale. So the whole pack is only $15. If you guys want to check it out, I would greatly appreciate it. Today is the last day. Just letting you know. Hop up on that. If you're watching the live stream back, you probably already missed it. And I'm sorry. But I put it in my video. So, whose fault is it? Just kidding. I'm in the free version. I know it doesn't use the graphics card as much. True. 16 and 16.1, same problem. I'll send info on Twitter. Yeah, do that, man. Please do that, Mark. I'm curious to mess with that. I'm curious if it's a bug that's in there. I'm curious. See if I can figure something out. I've been doing Resolve for a very long time. That does not mean I know everything. I will, however, tweak with it and figure it out and see if I can figure out something on my end. Yeah, that's a hard one, man. But also, I'm using 15. When I downloaded 16, anything I did crashed it. Well, dang, dude. I think we need to start a GoFundMe for Jared's computer, I think is what we need to do. That sucks, bro. Maybe take it old school, and instead of doing like flying text that are 3D that you do in post, maybe get like a piece of paper and a string and do it. Nope. Build it in Legos and hang that mug on strings. Fishing wire. That's a really good idea. I want to see one of your videos start with like, whether it's a vlog or whatever it is, built in Legos and hanging from fishing wire, and try to fake everyone out like you animated that in. That would be awesome. I would totally love to see it. Tag me in that. I think that would be amazing. I feel a sneeze coming on. I'm trying to keep talking so it doesn't hit me. Anyways, guys, any last questions you guys have, hit me up with them. We'll give it another like 5-6 minutes, and then I'm gonna hop off here. But yeah. Last thing I wanted to talk about, I do have another contest coming up soon. That should I say or not say? I want to tell you guys a whole lot about it, but I kind of don't, because I want it to be a surprise. I won't. All right, this is what I'll say. Bless you. I didn't even sneeze yet. Sounds like a challenge. I will accept. Good. I want to see it. Tag me in it. I'm telling you, that'll be awesome. I'm telling you, practical effects are the way to go, man. Unless you're doing Super 8 in post, however, you can pick up my pack. Wink. Anyways, contest coming up. The only thing I'm gonna say is I'm hoping to do it before the holidays. Is what I'm trying to do. I've got a very short window, so I'm figuring that all out right now. But I will say I'm super excited because it is going to have sponsors. Like, so there will be, like prizes and stuff. Like, people are helping me back this. Me and some other companies are helping back this. So I'm really excited for it. It will be super cool. I'm still working out the final details. I'm emailing a lot of people. It definitely takes more time when you have a contest that you have sponsors with, because you have to do a lot more logistics through other people and stuff like that. So it's not like, oh, I've got an idea for a challenge or a contest, I'm just going to go film it, put it up, done. I have to, get all my ducks in a row. And then once I get a hold of a sponsor, if they accept, then I have to make sure they're good with it. And I'm sure before I drop the video, it's going to be the same thing. I'm going to have to make sure everything's good, all that stuff. But I'm super excited. Super pumped for you guys, because there's some stuff in there that I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little jealous of, and I can't even win it. But I'm really excited for it. It's gonna be really cool. Yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. I'm mostly just wanted to hang out with you guys on a Friday night. Talk about a few things. Hadn't really done a it's not ketchup. It's not mustard. It's definitely not relish. I haven't done a video where we catch up in a while. Yeah. But that's pretty much it, guys. That's all I got for you tonight. Once again, thank you to having me break 3,000 subscribers. It is awesome. You guys are absolutely amazing. I appreciate each and every one of you. I know I say it a lot, but I genuinely do appreciate you guys. It is absolutely awesome having, people support you and what you do, and it's very cool, and I appreciate it, guys. Anywho, thank you. You have a great weekend as well. Every one of you guys have an awesome weekend. Enjoy it. Go create something. Go hang out. Go take some time off. Did you miss it? Oh, you did miss it. But I'll leave the live stream up so you can watch it. Thank you, man. Thank you. I'll give you the quickest breakdown of an hour live stream right here, Mr. Fashionable Father. It is, so I broke 3,000 subscribers. I appreciate you. Thank you. Bought a 90D. It's pretty awesome. Still's got some quirks in it that I'm not a fan of. Waiting for 24 frames. Last day to buy my vintage pack. If you haven't already and want to buy it for $15 instead of $25. The sale ends at midnight for me. That would be, I think, 11 for everyone else. I'm actually not 100% sure how that works. So if you're going to buy it, you might want to buy it. Thinking about doing Patreon. I'm definitely doing more review your videos. And I've got a banging contest coming out soon with sponsors that I can't really talk about yet. That was like the dopest recap I've ever done. So yeah. I mean, if you want to, you can watch it all back, but if not, that's a nice recap for you right there, So anywho, guys, if you guys want to pick up the pack, links are in the description below. Go check it out. You only got a few more hours before the sale ends. So, I did work on it a really long time. So, all the money that people are buying in the store, I'm putting it towards my time that I'm creating more free stuff, things like that. So it really isn't just like I'm going and blowing it on Kit Kats. I don't know why I said Kit Kats. I'd prefer Reese's. But yeah. Anyways, thank you guys. Thank you so much, everyone that has hung out with me. I appreciate you guys. If you would please give me a like on your way out, it helps this video. You guys are awesome. I appreciate you. Iron Giant out. Yes. I can't do this because I mean, I guess I could. I guess I could just like have this ready and then be like, all right, Iron Giant out.
To make up my mind to or die.